Hi, I'm Skinny Cheeks, and today I'll be going over the Stamina Dragonknight for the Harrowstorm DLC. I put a video out earlier in the PTS, but due to the changes to Aegis Caller, I've updated it a bit, and this should be the finalized version. I'll go over the gear, skills, CP, rotation, and end the video with a parse on the 21 million raid dummy. With the Harrowstorm DLC, Rapid Strikes is fixed to properly proc Selines, so it's a really good option in scenarios where you are using Rapid Strikes, and bashing to proc Marsalok is a little too hard to sustain. This guide should be good to go for the Harrowstorm DLC. I'll make sure to put out an update if anything does change. This build will play around the stagger mechanic attached to the Stone Giant ability, but I'll also offer a rotation that you can use if someone else in your group is already keeping up the stacks of stagger. For the race, the option for the most damage is Orc, followed closely by Dark Elf, and then Khajiit a little further behind. Redguard and Wood Elf are also good options, and they have the best sustain. Imperial's a nice option too since you get the bigger health pool. For the Mundus, we're going with the Shadow. For Vampirism, it's not necessary, but it is nice for a little extra sustain. Now I'll go over the setup that got me the best results. I was able to get 87.7k. I did mess up a couple times and let stagger drop off twice, but I had a really high uptime. For the gear, I'm using a 2-piece Selines, 5 perfect Locustes, Axe and Dagger, Nirnhoned and Sharpened with damage health poisons, and then a 5-piece Reliquant on the body with Bloodthirsty on all the jewels. On the Maelstrom bow, I'm using an infused weapon damage enchant. Dragonknight is a little interesting because of their combustion passive, and the damage from running just a poison damage enchant and a flame damage enchant is pretty close to the poisons. So if you want to save a little money and not use the poisons, the damage is pretty much the same. Another option for some increased sustain at the cost of just a little bit of damage is to run an infused poison damage enchant on the bow, and you'll get some more procs of combustion, which will increase your resource return. For the skills, on the front bar, I'm running Barbed Trap, Noxious Breath, Venomous Claw, Stone Giant, Rapid Strikes, and Dawnbreaker. On the back bar, I'm running Camo Hunter, Endless Hail, Flames of Oblivion, Ring of Preservation, Molten Whip, and Standard of Might. Camo Hunter and Ring of Preservation are both flex spots, and they're just there for the passives. If you're running 4-mans without a healer, or if you're noticing that your combat prayer uptime is not very good, you can put Camo Hunter on the front bar and move Trap to your back bar. So the first rotation I'll go over will be for this setup. If you're able to sustain really well in raid and can run Marsalok, you can drop Rapid Strikes and do a more bash heavy rotation. But on the 21 million dummy, I wasn't able to sustain that. So I got better results using Rapid Strikes with Selene. Another option, if you already have stagger going in your group, you could drop Stone Fist and run Rapid Strikes with Whirling Blades. I'll go over all of those rotations. So first I'll go over the rotation using both Stone Giant and Rapid Strikes. The initial rotation to get stagger applied will be Flames of Oblivion, Endless Hail, and Trap, and then you'll start your light attack weaving with Noxious Breath, Venomous Claw, 3 sets of Stone Giant. Then you'll swap to your back bar and hit your standard, then come back and do Stone Giant, 3 Rapid Strikes, Stone Giant. From then on, the rotation will be Endless Hail, Flames of Oblivion, bar swap, Noxious Breath, Venomous Claw, Stone Giant, and 3 Rapid Strikes, Stone Giant and 4 Rapid Strikes, and then Stone Giant and bar swap and start over. And you'll replace Rapid Strikes with your standard and trap as needed. So I'll quickly go over why this rotation did so well. Stone Giant alone does not proc Selene, and it also does not proc the bleed from your axe. So mixing in Rapid Strikes with your Stone Giants takes advantage of those 2 abilities. This next rotation will be if you have a little better sustain and you're going to be bash weaving with Marsalok. You can drop Rapid Strikes altogether and just do Stone Giants throughout. And then when it comes time for execute, you'll swap in Whirling Blades and do it in the same pattern that Rapid Strikes was done on the other rotation. And then finally, if you already have stagger provided in your group by either a tank or another DPS, you can drop Stone Giant and just run Rapid Strikes. The rotation will go the same way, and then you'll replace Rapid Strikes with Whirling Blades at about 21 to 22%. Another set I wanted to quickly go over is Aegis Caller. And this is one of the new sets that will be coming in the Harrowstorm DLC. I think this set will be really good situationally in place of Reliquin, especially in fights with a lot of trash or multiple targets that are a priority. Now I'll go over the CP. I'm doing 56 Master at Arms, 56 Thaumaturge, 48 Precise Strikes, 61 Piercing, and 49 Mighty. That's going to be the end of this guide. Thank you so much for watching. Here's a Parse on the raid dummy. Bye.